Hey everyone, welcome to High Level Listening. If you've been studying English for a really long time, or you've just found our channel and you're ready to take your English speaking skills to the next level, then this video is for you today.
Yes, over the past couple of years while doing this channel, we've seen a lot of very similar comments from our students, and they often say things like, I understand your episodes on high level listening, but I feel nervous when I'm speaking, or I want to improve my fluency, or I'm not sure what to say when I speak, or I have good listening skills, but I speak slowly.
Absolutely. We read these kind of comments and we hear it from our students all the time. So today we're going to be talking about these exact problems and show you some simple, practical ways to feel more confident in speaking English, not just studying, not just listening, but speaking. We'll also give you some super helpful phrases to use to get the most out of your speaking practice as well. So let's start by changing how we think about this word, fluency. Fluency does sound a little bit scary, and a lot of our students think that fluency means having a high level of English, like the most perfect, academic, most beautiful English you could ever have, and speaking perfectly with zero mistakes. But in reality, the most important thing with fluency is that you keep going.
Yes, literally, keep going, keep speaking. What we want you to realize is that you can be a lower level student and still have a good level of fluency, because fluency is about how you use the English that you have to speak smoothly and continuously without long pauses or long stops. That's what fluency actually is. It's not a level.
So, why do you feel nervous when you speak English? Well, most of the time it's because you want to say the perfect thing perfectly, right? Of course, that makes sense. Me too. I want to say the right thing, but wait, what happens if I don't say it exactly right? What will other people think about me? What maybe I should just say nothing.
Right, but don't do that. Don't say nothing. The problem probably is that you're stuck thinking in your head. Most likely, we experience a lot of new students trying to translate full, complicated ideas from your language into English. And you're translating because you want to sound smart or funny, or you want to sound like you do in your native language. But when you translate big ideas, it takes a lot of mental energy. It makes you stop. It makes you overthink. And then you start worrying about mistakes because it's difficult. And that just makes speaking more difficult than it needs to be.
And it drives you crazy. It drives me crazy too. But
Mhm.
again, being fluent and fluency isn't about being perfect. So let's also try to build back that confidence step by step. What we want to do instead is we want to take those complicated ideas, those complicated phrases you already have in your head, take a deep breath and just try to simplify. Okay. Try to make them a little bit more simple and try to calm down a little bit, right? Take those long, complicated phrases and make them simpler and easier.
Yes. And I know that might not be exactly what you want to say, but the key is to just say something. Because once you start speaking and you see other people responding to you and understanding you, that will build your confidence quicker than anything.
And that's a really good point, Mark, because culturally, Americans and Brits, we actually don't care if you make a few mistakes along the way. We're kind of just happy
Right.
that you're here. So,
Mm.
like Mark said, once you see that people understand you, we're continuing the conversation, that confidence will build up step by step.
Yes, it's not like us to correct your mistakes if you use the wrong article or you use the past tense wrong. I don't think anyone will stop you and say, oh, actually, it's thought. No one will do that because that's rude for us. So you're free to just speak with native English speakers as much as you want, and you don't have to worry about being corrected or stopping the conversation in that way. So just open up, say something.
Okay, so let's talk about action. So we've been thinking about improving our speaking and thinking about simplifying and working on our fluency, but now let's actually talk to somebody.
Yes, and then talking directly to people can be uncomfortable and a little bit scary at first, and that's completely normal. So, what we recommend is to try and start in a safe place where you feel comfortable.
So, to help you take that next step, having a safe place means starting with a teacher who makes you feel very comfortable. Maybe it's a teacher who also speaks your native language, so you can lean on them a little bit if you need a little bit of help. They go a bit slower, they're very patient and supportive of you.
Yeah, and remember, your teacher's job is to guide you and help you. It's not to judge you. And that's why choosing the right teacher matters so much to find that safe space. And this is exactly where italki comes in and really changes the game. This episode is sponsored by italki, actually, but as always, we only work with brands that we actually use and recommend as well.
So, italki is an online language learning platform. So, it's a website where you can book personalized one on one lessons with experienced native speaking teachers.
And on italki, you have thousands of professional, friendly, native English tutors who you can have real conversations with.
Taste of
Yeah, of
what they
course.
would
Yeah.
would get.
Times I'm not. I'm worried. I'm overthinking it. I'm worried that I'm not going to be looking in
Sorry,
the right
yeah, I know. I
place.
should have should have prepped a
No,
bit
no,
better.
no.
Yeah.
And beyond that, they also offer lessons in more than 150 languages with a huge pool of tutors to choose from. So you can always find the right teacher for your needs.
I love that every teacher comes with a full profile, including a preview video. So I can kind of get to know the teacher and their personality before even booking a lesson. You can see their qualifications and their reviews. So you can choose the perfect tutor for you to help take your English to the next level.
Yeah, that's right. Talking with an experienced tutor is the fastest way to really improve vocabulary, grammar, and especially your listening and speaking skills, all in short, fun, and flexible lessons. At the same time, you're also training your ear to get used to native English accents, which will help you in the real world after class as well.
We've got notes that can be taken, and we've got lesson planning, attachments, dual monitors, as I imagine you probably have as well.
Ooh.
And here's what's also important, and it works really well in every italki class, is you get real-time feedback and guidance. So you get corrections, you get corrected, you get to fix some of those mistakes, and you definitely get to work on some of those bad habits. I know I have a few in Spanish and in French as well, and it's really helpful to fix those bad habits.
You can also explore different accents, cultures, and languages, all without needing to live abroad or move countries. You don't even have to leave the comfort of your own home.
You could find someone who sounds like me.
Or someone who sounds more like me with a British accent.
And another big plus, italki is flexible and affordable. There's no subscription. You simply pay per lesson, which makes it easy to fit learning around your schedule and your budget too.
Yeah, exactly. You can take as many or as few lessons as you'd like. And when life gets busy, you can simply schedule a better time that works for you.
So, if you want to start the new year by making your fastest English progress ever, head over to italki. We've even got a discount to help you get started. You can buy $10 and get $5 free for your first lesson using our exclusive promo code High Level 2026. That's HIGHLEVEL 2026.
Yep, and just a heads up, this offer is only available for the first 50 users, so don't wait too long before they're all gone.
All right, so now you know exactly where to start. Let's say you find a great teacher on italki who makes you feel comfortable and relaxed. What do you actually talk about in class? This one's actually pretty easy because the whole point of having a teacher is that they will help guide you throughout the conversation with questions. That's their job, of course.
Yes, but remember that you will improve faster the more that you speak. So you can help yourself by trying to expand your answers when you speak. And we've got some good tips about how to do that.
So let's start with a very simple question. How was your day today? And a very natural and one that people use all the time is, yeah, it was good, thanks.
Right, that's
Okay,
fine. That's real
that's it.
English. Right, yeah. But in an English class, you have a teacher there to correct you and guide you. So try and talk as much as you can. Take advantage of your teacher and their expertise. They can only correct what they hear from you.
So, how do you do that exactly? How do you just talk more? Well, we've got a quick, kind of simple tip for you, and that's just basically to ask yourself one of these question words: who, what, why, where, when. This is a really simple way. You don't have to answer all five. Just start with one and just add a little bit more to the answer. So, let's see how this works.
So how was your day today?
Good, good. Now, that's a completely normal answer, but if I wanted to expand a little bit, I could think, okay, what did I do today? Oh, I cleaned the house and did some gardening. So I took my answer from something simple that we use every day to a little bit longer. And if I make any mistakes, my teacher can help correct for me. Oh, here's another question, Mark. How was your day today?
It was nice because my cats were being very cute today. So, how was my day? It was nice. To say more, I asked, why? Why was it good? Because my cats are being very cute today.
It's cute. That's nice. And you
Mm.
could do this with two more questions. You could say, where did you go? When did you do it? Why did you do it? Why was it good? Who did you see? What did you do? So these are all good questions. Who, what, why, where, and when. This will really help you expand. Just answer a single one, and you'll already be speaking more than you were before.
So when you expand this way, your teacher learns more about you and they also get more English from you, which means more corrections, more feedback, and more progress for you.
So, to help you speak a bit more, ask yourself one of these questions: who, what, why, where, or when. Now, you don't have to answer all of them in one question, but this will help you say a little bit more and talk a little bit more. How was your day, Mark?
It was good. I saw my colleagues at work today. So it was good. But to try and expand, I thought, who? Who? My colleagues. I saw my colleagues at work today. That's it. I expanded the question and I practiced a bit more English. It was good. I saw my colleagues at work today.
So, we've gone over who, what, and why. You might want to use the next word, where. So, how was your day today? Where did I go? Where did I go today? So how was my day? It was okay. I went to the supermarket and then to the office.
And the last way you can expand is when. When did you do it? That can help you say more as well. So, how was your day? Not too bad. I got up early, around 7 a.m., and around 10, I started studying. So, these 5 simple questions: who, what, why, where, when. All of these can help you expand your answers, say more, practice more, and improve faster.
Also, to help you guys even more during your online class, especially on italki, we've put together a list of very helpful phrases to use with your teacher to make sure you're getting the most out of your lessons. These are also available as a free PDF download via the link in the description below. So let's start with very simple, and Mark and I will go back and forth. Can you help me with this?
How do you say this?
Can you say that again, please?
More slowly, please.
Oh, what does that mean?
How do you say this?
So, for a little bit higher level, well, I'd like to be corrected. This is a good way to say, I want you to help me with my mistakes, right? I would like to be corrected. I'd like to be corrected.
I'm not sure of the word. If you need help or you can't remember a certain word, I'm not sure of the word.
If your teacher also speaks your language, you could say, oh, I'm not sure how to say kalabasa in English or something like that.
Could you explain this part again? Maybe you're reading or there's a longer sentence and there's a couple of words, 2, 3, or 4 that you don't understand. This part. Could you explain this part again?
I like this sentence a lot. Can you give me an example of this? Can you give me an example of the past tense? Something like that.
And I'm not exactly sure how to explain this. Again, maybe you have the idea in your head, but you don't know it in English. I'm not exactly sure how to explain this. And then you can try to explain it using your English and get some corrections or the right words.
Now, especially when meeting your teacher for the first time, you could also say, I'd like to focus on this in our class. I'd like to focus on grammar. I'd like to focus on speaking in our class.
Can you help me sound more natural? Maybe you can create a correct sentence, but you've been translating it from your own language. Maybe there's a phrase or an expression in English that native speakers would use. If you want that kind of phrase, can you help me sound more natural?
In sounding more natural, you might say, oh, is this too formal or is this too casual? Maybe you speak in a very friendly way, but you want to sound more professional for work. Or maybe you've found that you sound a little bit too academic and you want to sound more friendly and casual. Is this too formal or is this too casual for work?
Okay, and our final tip for this video, and this one is really important. When your teacher does give you feedback, and especially when your teacher corrects you, practice it right away.
We've seen so many students get corrections. They get corrected, sometimes in the moment, and sometimes they write them down, and then they just forget to practice them. Or some of the students simply say, oh, yeah, that's it, without practicing at all. And that's okay. We don't take it personally, but it is really good for you to practice those corrections right away.
Yeah, in our experience, the students who really made quick progress always did the following steps. They would repeat and write the correction down right away. Then they would practice it after the class. And then at the start of the next class, they would ask to practice it again.
I think that's really important. And I think as teachers, even we have just learned that that's probably one of the better ways to help those corrections really stick. But it's good if you know these tips now. So, yes, this is the correction. Yes, write it down. Yes, practice it and then practice it again. Because some of those bad habits are hard to break out of, and we totally understand.
Yeah, so there you go. So to recap, you do not need perfect English to start speaking or work with an online tutor.
You just need to get started simply, slowly, and consistently.
Yeah, and ideally with someone who makes you feel comfortable and supportive, someone you can probably find on italki. And don't forget, again, you can download the free PDF with all of our quick tips, phrases. The italki coupon is in there as well. You can find that in the link in the description below.
Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you soon in our next high-level listening video.
Bye-bye.